Hi, we're going to be talking about Tourette's. This is my part 2. I've done a video about a year ago on it and more of just my story and stuff like that. This video is answering all the questions that I got. The first question I had gotten is Tourette's genetic? Most cases are genetic when it comes to Tourette's. There are some cases where it's not, like you're the first of your gen, but most cases are from genetics, and mine definitely are. It's in both bloodlines, and my grandpa had it, and I'm sure a few other family members have it. So it's definitely very heavy in my line, and it's a little inevitable that I would get it, especially with all the trauma I've been through in medical. Next question I got is, what is the longest you can go without ticking? Every year my Tourette's have changed drastically. Some years I did it every day, constantly throughout the day. Some it was once a month. The longest I have ever, I would say, is about like a month and a half, if I really think about it. And that is more so now. Maybe like I have like a couple every 2 weeks. Another person asked, have any of your tics affected your normal good habits? Especially when I was younger, it would keep me up all night because I would be squeaking, or I'd be in pain from it, and I would be jolting and I can't get comfortable. Or, when I'm brushing my teeth and my eyes are closed, or my neck is going like this while I'm trying to brush my teeth, and horrible time. Mostly just interferes of just everything I do has like a jolt to it. In my day-to-day, it did affect talking to people when I was little. I would have to stop mid-conversation and just go tee 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 tee. Or I'd be squeaking, or I'd be making faces and doing weird shit. That was not a great time. Anyway, it had affected, then and now it's just sleep. Very hard to get comfortable, especially making noises. I could have woken other people up, especially like if I was like on a vacation or at a camp. That's horrible. If I'm making squeaking sounds in front of everybody. But nowadays, it does still affect my sleep, especially if I'm having my jolting tics, and not only I can't get comfortable, but I'm headbutting Chance, my fiance, in the head, involuntarily. I don't even think he fully knows those are Tourette's. Driving, it can get really distracting, or if I do have, luckily, I haven't had my eye tic. I used to have where I had to close my eyes really, really, really hard until I felt like enough pressure on like my eyeballs. And then I could stop doing it. So obviously driving, that's a little scary. And what happened, I would usually just like try to do one eye at a time and get it done, or just fight it off as best I can. One of my only concerns while driving, other than my hand, I have had it happen once while now living on my own. I had a tic, I don't know how to say, a tic, we think, I still haven't got it checked.
My God, pull yourself together!
Where my hand is stuck like this, and constantly turning like more and more that way. Fuck. One that like is just really, really scary overall, but especially while driving, that would be scary, especially since it usually only happens with my left hand, and my left hand is my dominant hand, except for writing, apparently. But most things I use, especially driving, I use my left hand. Not a great situation. And the same person asked, how have my Tourette's affected having animals as a kid in general? Luckily, I've never had my Tourette's interfere with me having animals. I've had a lot. I think the only thing I can really think of, probably like interrupting their sleep because I start jolting if they're sleeping on the bed, or maybe when I'm walking them, I take them the wrong way on accident because my body's jolting. Just like basic like motor interferences. Other than that, I haven't had any issues, but I do know how, like, if one of your tics is your hands closing, like grip lock close, and you just have to grab something, and you're like petting your animal, and you grab their fur or you grab their paw and accidentally hurt them. Like, I do see how Tourette's can like turn into that. I'm very lucky that, like, other than my hand doing this, I don't have very outward tics. Like, I don't kick, I twitch. So with my legs, I don't lean them outward. They'll just start jolting, like up and down, but it's not to the point where, like, if someone's in front of me, I kick them. I just, like, sitting will just feel myself doing it. And same goes with, like, my hands or my shoulders. When I have a lot of shoulder tics and neck tics, it's not like this, it's just like that. So I'm very lucky that all my tics are kind of just within myself, and they haven't really affected, like, other people or animals or things like that around me, like broken anything because of it. I've moved stuff, sure, something on my bed or whatever, but I've never flung out and broke something, luckily. So I am pretty fortunate with that. Next question is, how does Tourette's mix with having OCD? Because, of course, I have it. In my brain, they are kind of similar. They have kind of the exact same sensation and principle to it of it's something you can't control and you have to do, and it's involuntary and you can't stop until it's satisfied. Unfortunately, OCD is the main issue I got, other than, like, one other. Tourette's are so similar because the Tourette may be that you have to do this over and over and over again, but your OCD can also make you go this over and over again, and both are just trying to get that same sensation. But my OCD did also make me have a lot of physical things I needed to do back in the day. It doesn't as much now, but looking back, it's so hard to determine what was Tourette's and what was OCD. I'm eating my breakfast, and in order to eat my breakfast, I would have take my fork, and at the bottom of the fork I would have to press it against my palm or just hold it like that until I felt the right sensation in my palm, and then I could eat. Now, is that a tic of me needing to squeeze something really, really hard? Or is that my OCD telling me I need to do this or I'm gonna die? Couldn't tell you. So I'm definitely sure that, I maybe have satisfied my OCD, but now I need to do a tic for Tourette's or vice versa. So they definitely bounce off each other, and it can be very exhausting, especially if I have something for OCD. Basic scenario, stereotype, grab a door handle and squeeze it and turn it a few times. If I can't do that for some reason, my tics will start going, and I'll start jolting and going like this or whatever circus act is going on, and then it interferes with me doing the OCD thing, and they just go in a lovely little dance, and I feel like I'm gonna die. So that's one way they definitely intertwine. Not a great time. Last question, same person. How does Tourette's mix with Marfan's? I have Marfan syndrome, which is a genetic tissue disorder. Basically means nothing in my body is held down. And I mean nothing. If you want to learn more about it, there's also another video. Assuming you already know. It does not mix well because a normal person, when they would have a motor tic, your shoulder can jolt. It's uncomfortable. If it really goes extreme, maybe at some point you're going to slightly dislocate it. But with me, with my Tourette's, because my genetic tissue disorder, just jolting my shoulder involuntarily, it's going to come out. It's going to dislocate, especially if it doesn't stop after a while. And same goes for really all my body parts. And I have absolutely messed up my neck for months because of Tourette's. and I'm assuming that it is, you know, worse and can go wrong way faster with me having Marfans. I know that when I start having Tourette's and it's the eye one, my eyes roll way easier because I'm putting all that strain and it's causing the Marfans, you know, do its thing. It messes with my eyes and my Marfans with my eyes even more. Popping things out of place way easier than I need to be and kind of wearing out my tissue, because when I do really think about it, you know, I'm not supposed to be moving. Just constantly having tics. My joints were very sore, were very easy to, you know, move around. And it caused a lot more issues now that I think about it. So yeah, no, it definitely makes the Marfans worse. But yeah, that's all I got. And I hope you find it interesting. And if you have Tourette's, cool. Not cool that you have it, but cool that we both have it. Thank you for listening and watching. Bye.